Hello everyone and welcome back to the Pokemans. Yes, we are continuing our adventure through Mount Moon, and we have just come across the Super Nerd with a Magnemite. I don't know why there's a Super Nerd in Mount Moon, but you know, more power to him. Glad to see he's out there getting the exercise. But man, he's got a Magnemite. Magnemites are so weird. They gotta be the weirdest Pokemon. They're just like some guys just sitting there like, it's a Japanese thing, so, it makes sense that they make a strange-ass Pokemon like Magnemite, and they'll just give him cold magnets, put some screws on him, give him an eyeball, bam! Something you'd find out in the wild, certainly. But anyhow, so this is my last video for a while, guys. I'm so sorry. Thanks to the people that have been subscribing. I really appreciate that. I really tried to be somewhat entertaining. I probably fail miserably, but I'm trying to give you something a little bit more, something worth listening to while I play this crazy game that everyone's played at one point or another. This is kind of becoming a vlog, actually. I mean, I kind of did get a lot of inspiration to do LPs from Nintendo Capri Sun, and he kind of just rambles on about stuff in his videos. So that's kind of what I'm going to probably end up doing, especially for these Pokemon videos. For other things, probably not so much. And I really don't want to do that long of games in the future, like some of these crazy, like, I love RPGs, but I would really rather not do something that's 100 parts, unless it was really good, But, I'll try to keep it low. Let me know what you guys think about the Monster Rancher stuff too, because I'm really liking that, and it's funny that I've only got 3 videos of that out, and I think those 3 videos have accumulated just about as many views as almost all 8 parts of these Pokemon, this Pokemon LP that I put out. So I'll do some more of those, and I understand they're more entertaining because it's just straight up battling. I mean, to do a whole tournament takes almost like 10 minutes, so that's an entire episode right there. And honestly, the stuff in between I've already showed you guys. It's just a lot of training, and it's really nothing different once you see it once you've seen it a million times. So, but yeah, this will be my last video for a while. Oh, I said something there. Until like the 28th or 29th. I'm not sure if I'll have one up on the 28th when I get back or not. I'll probably be completely dead, going down to Texas, and I'll probably have like ridiculous heat stroke, but oh well. It should be fun. It's a nice break in the action, if you will. And then I'm getting on the Nintendo Power Time Machine. That's going to be a good one. A lot of stuff on Super Metroid. If you're a Super Metroid fan, that's totally going to be worth checking out. But anyhow, I ramble too much, I know. So let's see. We got Pinky out here. There you go. Taking out a Caterpie. He's really good, man. He's a really great starter Pokemon, and I've never used a Mankey. I don't think they were in blue. I'm almost positive they weren't in blue, and that's when I was obviously really big into Pokemon. Was when it very first came out. I remember I did have the trading cards too, man. Remember the trading cards? Jeez. But I was smart about it though. I got a Charizard, a Venusaur, and a Raichu, and ended up selling them at a local card shop for $100 for the 3 of them. And at the time, I think it was in 6th or 7th grade, so $100, that's before the days of having to work. And that was a lot of money at the time, and I was pretty happy about that. Probably used it on something stupid, but I still use my money on stupid stuff. Otherwise, I'd have a microphone, and I wouldn't have to use a ridiculous sound recorder that's built into my computer. So, whatever. Not a big deal. Not a big deal. Take that, Bellsprout. Pshaw! Man, I was just thinking, dude, the grass Pokemon in the Pokemon games, they probably get better in the newer versions where you got 500 Pokemon, but with the exception of Bulbasaur, they all really pretty much suck. You got Oddish and you got Bellsprout, and I think those are the only 2 that came to my mind. Maybe there's more. Maybe Tangle is technically a grass Pokemon. I don't know, but they just aren't that good at all. I don't think I've ever really trained one. And I had Bulbasaur on my team, so I don't have to train one this time around either. But anyhow, take that, you Team Rocket Grunt. As you can see here, because I don't think this is our first battle anymore, I just spliced everything together here. It's just one battle after another, because I didn't want to go through all of Mount Moon. If you've never seen Mount Moon before, if this is for some reason your first time ever seeing a Pokemon playthrough, which I completely doubt it is, then you don't have to know much about Mount Moon. It's not a maze. It's not something that I have to take you through step by step. You can walk right through it. There are a few side paths here and there, but it is not that hard. Ooh, Furious Wipes. Nice. Nice. I was having another crazy thought about Pokemon the other day, actually. I was thinking, maybe that the boy that you're playing is some sort of a robot or something, because he doesn't sleep, he doesn't eat, and he kind of seems like he's been set out on this journey by Professor Oak himself, because he gives us a Pokédex and he's like, go and find all the Pokemon. And so I think he's like some sort of a robot. And there's such a small town in Palatown. There's no one living there. It's like the Truman Show. It's like everyone's in on that. Like his mom probably isn't his mom. And his mom might be a robot too, because she doesn't even have a room. She lives in the kitchen, which is an internet meme in and of itself. But hey, at least there's a video here of all battling. This is actually good. This might be exactly what this LP needed. Just straight up battling, You get to see all my Pokemon. You get to see how they're doing. I think everyone's still around like level 14 or 15 at this point. I was surprised at how good that double kick move is with the Nidoran female, my Ivy here. Man, this is just... Oh, except for now. Now it's got to suck. Now that I mentioned it, of course. That makes sense. Makes a lot of sense. Yeah, I was really surprised that was that great of a move. I remember Horn Attack being a really good one for the male version, but like I said, I've really never raised a female one before. So, maybe I'll try to keep it around as long as I can. I really want to go through a lot of Pokemon, go through every single one of them a little bit. Try to at least. Not everyone. Not everyone will be played with. Like I had already mentioned, the issue that I had with Jigglypuff, and for that same reason, I don't think I'm going to use a Clefairy either, because they're pretty much the same. Well, they're not the same, but they're both pink and cuddly. So we're going to have to say no pink and cuddly Pokemon, preferably. Only pink and cuddly Kirby. Yeah. Kirby is definitely one of my favorite video game characters, by the way. Him and Mega Man. Forever. Those two guys, man. If Kirby is a guy. I don't know, but those are my two favorites. Kirby mostly just because he's always been my guy in Smash Brothers. But Mega Man, I love the classic Mega Man games, especially Mega Man X and other stuff, Legend series, I really didn't get into very much. I mean, X is a really hard game. You need to know what you're doing in X. Like, I'll sit there and watch like people's LPs of Mega Man X, and that's fun to watch. But man, those are hard games, and you need to know where all those power-ups are, and you need to revisit levels, which is something I don't really like doing. Like once you beat a guy, I just like to keep it at that. We beat the guy. Except for Mega Man 3, where you have to go back to 4 of the levels after you've beaten all the Robot Masters. That's pretty cool, but they also changed up the level too, so it's really not the same exact level. Let's see what else we got here. Oh, here comes an Onix! Rah, my favorite Pokemon that just cannot do much whatsoever. Real shame. Let's see, something else worth mentioning is, keep on giving me comments, guys, on what Pokemon you want to see me use. That's why I wanted to do this to begin with. I wanted to make something different, and it just made sense to have people just throw in their 2 cents, throw in a guy that you want that can just represent you, gives you more of a reason to watch these, that's for sure. Definitely more so than if you were to just watch a normal guy going through this. I definitely would not have that many Pokemon right now if I was normally playing this game. I'm one of those people that normally would only get the Pokemon that I absolutely need. I probably only have like 3 Pokemon right now, and that's it. So it's fun going through all these, but throw in some suggestions. I know I'm running out of ideas for names because I've been playing this game, off screen. I'm a bit further ahead than this is. I'm just running out of ideas for names. I'm not even thinking about it. I'm more focused on catching the Pokemon than I am about naming it, obviously. But anyhow. Yeah, so I've been on an arcade boss trying to get some extra money from that. If you guys don't know about Arcade Boss, and you've been kind of, everyone I think at one point that's a gamer has thought of ways they can make money by playing video games. And Arcade Boss is a really good first step in that. You're not going to get much money. You're going to get no money at all practically. But the idea is that you go on there, and if you get a top score in a game, it will add you to a list, and pretty much the way it goes is the person with the most wins, or the most number of times they've gotten first place in a game, they end up winning $30 at the end of the month. And it breaks down. It breaks down to a number of people. Right now, I'm tied in 18th place, and at the end of the month, I'll be making $2 for literally just playing internet games in my free time. So look into it yourself if you want to. It's really fun. It's really cool. The games are iffy. I went on there and I was like, ooh, they've got Donkey Kong. I'm a huge Donkey Kong fan. I love going out to an arcade and just sitting there, grabbing a beer, playing some Donkey Kong. It's a normally, really cheap game. Can be there for hours. Oh, and look at this. Got our IVs evolving. Whoa, the really long evolution process. It's totally different for me to be playing this game without going like 300% speed, that's for sure. It seems so slowed down, and when I'm recording this, I'm always thinking like, oh man, is this necessary? Maybe edit this out, maybe edit this out. The editing came out really good in this one though. I was really happy with it. Just seamlessly flows from one fight to the next. Although it did end up being a bit longer of a video than I want it to be. We're already up to almost 12 minutes here, and I really wanted to keep it below 10 because I know that, like I said in my previous video, I don't really like watching videos that are more than 10 minutes unless they're really good ones. Some stuff I really want to watch, and so I'll definitely watch something that's really good in over 10-15 minutes or so, but some of them can be really difficult. Anyhow, so we're getting close to this end of Mount Moon here. I wanted to wrap up all of Mount Moon in a second episode. I did not want to have to do a 3-part thing on Mount Moon because it's not worth spending that much time on. There's not a lot here, just battle after battle. And super nerds. What is up with these super nerds in here? I think if I remember the show correctly, this place is kind of like a place of legend, and the Clefairy live here and stuff, and maybe that's why nerds would be here, but they just like stand out, and they're amongst Team Rocket and hikers. Hikers make sense. Team Rocket makes sense to be hiding out in a cave, but super nerds, I don't know. I do not know. But anyhow, it's the Pokemon world. None of this is supposed to make sense. None of it does make sense. Got Charlie, 8-pound rock snorter. Yeah, I do like the Charlie. Geodude's a good choice. I hadn't raised a Geodude in a while, and he can just take the hits, dish him out. Really nice stuff. The Charlie, he's grown to level 16. Grows up so fast. Ooh, Magnitude. Magnitude's a pretty good move. Better than Defense Curl, at least, that's for sure. Completely random though. Sometimes it'll do a lot of damage, sometimes it'll do very minimal damage, but it's better than those crappy starting moves that they get. So we're gonna switch out to Pikachu here. The Danger Mao. Gotta have a Pikachu on our team. You just got to. It's obligatory. Thundershock. The Thundershock. Yeah, I really wish. Geez, just like Bulbasaur, I really wish that Pikachu would get some good moves. Earlier on, he's got Thundershock. He gets Quick Attack, and Quick Attack isn't bad just on the merit alone that it does. That it attacks first. Oh, that was the fossil guy. No, I don't want the Helix Fossil. I want the Dome Fossil, so we can get the Kabutops. Much cooler than Omnite. But anyway, that's it. We will see you guys next time on Let's Play Pokemon. I'll see you after my vacation. Later on.